Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we're going to explain the answers for part A for June 2018 chemistry. The first question, which statement describes the charge and the location for electron in an atom? So the atom, as we know, has a nucleus. The nucleus has proton, which is positive, and neutron, which is zero. After that, we have orbitals. The electrons are there, so they are negatively charged. So the location for electron is outside the nucleus, and they are negatively charged, so the answer is going to be 3. Now, which statement explains why xenon atom is electrically neutral? Electrically neutral, so the subatomic particles, as we said, neutron, 0 charge, proton, which is +1, and electron, which is -1. So the net result equal to 0. That's why the atom is neutral. That's because proton and neutrons are equal numbers and they have this opposite charge. So the answer is going to be 4. Question number 3. If two atoms are isotope of the same element, they must have this. They must have the atoms must have. So if it's the same element, so it has the same number of proton and they have the same number of electron, but they don't have the same number of neutron. That's why the atomic mass are different. So in that case, they have the same number of protons, the same number of neutrons, no, the same number of protons and different number of neutrons. So the answer is 2. Question number 4. Which electrons in the calcium atom is in the ground state had the gradient effect on the chemical properties? Chemical properties is always the valence shell. Valence shell is the last orbital or the last shell. So now I need to know the calcium configuration. So I go for the reference sheet, page 9. Calcium here is 2882. That's the calcium. So now the valence shell are the fourth shell. So I go for the test. It's 2 electrons in the fourth shell because these are the valence shell. Question number 5. The weight average of the atomic mass of the naturally occurring isotope of an element is the atomic mass of the element. The atomic mass. That's so the atomic mass, as we know, equal to atomic, the sum of the atomic mass of isotopes multiplying by their natural abundance. So the answer is 1. Question number 6. Question number 6. Which element classified metalloid? So I have to write them. I have carbon, chromium, cesium, and I go for the reference sheet. I'm looking for the staircase, which element is there. Here is the silicon, so the answer is 4. So answer is 4 because it's the staircase on the periodic table. Question number 7. Which statement describes chemical properties of the ion? Chemical properties means a change in the oxidation number. It's changing the oxidation number. Why changing the oxidation number? Oxidation number represent loss or gain, lose or gain electrons. That's chemical properties. So in that case, iron oxidation, oxidize, that's correct. Here, iron is still solid, okay? Iron misses still iron. Iron attracted to a magnet. All these are physical properties except this one because I have a change in the oxidation number. Graphite and diamond are two forms of the same element in the solid phase that differ in their crystal structure. Crystal structure. Because graphite and diamond, same element. Same element means they have the same chemical properties. Same chemical properties mean the same empirical formula, the same electronegativity, the same atomic number. But they're going to differ in their physical properties, which is the crystal structure. Which ion has the largest radius? Which ion has the largest radius? So first I have to know their configuration. So I'll go for the reference sheet. The configuration for bromine is 2, 8, 18, and since it's negative, it's going to be 8. Now, for fluorine, it's 2, 8. For chlorine, it's 2, 8, 8. For iodine, it's 2, 8, 18, 18, 8. So, the iodine is going to be the longest or the greatest radius. Why? Because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shells. So, the answer is 4. Question number 10. Carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. So carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. Look, if you look, they have the same elements, but with different ratios. And for sure, since different ratios, different chemical compounds, they are going to have different chemical characters. So they have the same chemical properties, the same physical properties? No, because I have two different compounds. They have the same chemical properties, the different physical properties? No. Okay. They have the same different chemical properties, different physical properties? No, still different compounds. So the answer is for different chemical properties, different physical properties. Question number 11. Now, based on table S. So we have group 1, 2, 17, 18. Group 1, 2, 17, 18. Okay. He's asking which group has the greatest electronegativity. Electronegativity. So if we're going like this way, electronegativity increase and ionization energy increase, but the radius decrease. Okay, so according to this one, it should be 18, but 18 doesn't participate in any reaction, so it doesn't attract any electrons. It has less electronegativity than 17, so the answer is going to be group 17. Group 17. So the answer for 11 is 3. Question number 12. What is represented by chemical formula BbCl2 solid? So the chemical formula is for a compound. Okay, I have two elements, so that's compound. So now I cross out the mixtures because it isn't a mixture. In the same time, here if you're looking, that's a solid, it's not a solution. So the answer is going to be 1 substance because we know substance is a compound or element. What is the vapor pressure for propanone at 50 Celsius? So we have propanone at 50 Celsius. So I go for the reference sheet, the vapor pressure curve. It is a vapor pressure. He said 50 Celsius. 50 Celsius. So I go here. Okay, 50 Celsius, and go all the way here. So now it's come 80 something, 80 something. So I go for the question. No, it's 80 something. So it's 83 kilopascal. Kilopascal. So the answer is 3. Which substance describe the charge distribution and polarity for CH4? So if you're looking, C, CH4, that's the structure. And if you look, now I have like a mirror. How? Let's say this is my mirror. So H and H are image. Here, H and H like an image in the mirror. So what does it mean? I have a symmetry. So the distribution of the charge is going to be symmetrical. And in that case, when I have a symmetrical distribution for the charge, it's going to be nonpolar. So the answer is 1. Question number 15. In a laboratory investigation, students separate colored compound obtained from a mixture from a crushed Spanish leaves and water by using paper chromatography. The colored compounds separate because of differences in molecular polarity, malleability, boiling point, conductivity. It's going for sure to being molecular polarity. Why? Because uh, as we know, there is something called coefficient factor. Coefficient factor means the solubility, okay, or we can go the coefficient means the ratio between the adhesion to the surface to the polarity or solubility. So it's measuring the ratio between uh, uh, if the substance like to be more in the solvent or in the stationary phase. On the stationary phase. So in that case, it's about the polarity because if it's more polar, it's going to be more soluble on the water. Okay, and if it's less polar, it's going to retain on the surface of the chromatograph. So the answer is 1. Question number 16, which describes the motion and the attractive forces of ideal gas. So what are the properties for ideal gas? The particles has no size or negligible size. There is no attraction force between the particles. Okay, and there is no loss for energy upon collision. So the random straight line motion and no attractive force. That's correct because we said there is no attractive force. There is no attractive force. Okay. Question number 17. At which temperature will mercury liquid and mercury solid reach equilibrium in a closed system at 1 atmosphere? So let's see. Here I don't have mercury. So I think I'm going for the table and I'm looking for the mercury Hg. Here's mercury. Okay. Now the question between liquid and solid means the melting point. I'm going to guess to see. So the melting point here, this column, so it comes by 234. 234. So in that case, I'm picking up 234, so the answer is 1. The answer is 1. Okay, now a molecule of an organic compound has at least one, has at least one. So to make an organic compound, at least you should have carb, one carb. I don't talk about any bonds, it should have one carb. And for that, the answer is going to be 4. A chemical reaction occurs when reactant particles are separated by great distance, have no attraction force between them, colloid with proper energy and proper orientation. So that's the mechanical theory. So what is going to happen? To have a reaction, you have to break down bonds and create new bonds. And for that, you should have a proper collusion and a proper orientation. Why proper orientation? So you're sure that the two proper elements are going to connect together. So in that case, the answer is going to be 3. Question number 20. System in nature tend to undergo the change towards again. This is a repeated question in every region. So what is the repeated question for every region? So as I said, more randomness, less energy. So I said more entropy, less enthalpy. More entropy, more entropy. So now for more entropy, this is 1, this is 2, and less energy. So the answer is 2. Which represent alkyne formula. So alkyne formula, you have to go there, reference sheet, alkyne formula, you should follow CnH2n minus 2. Now I'm going to apply the formula on this compound. So now if C2, now I'm going to check one by one. So C2, it should be H2 times 2 minus 2. So it's giving me C2H2. So this is incorrect. It's not alkyne formula. Now I'm going to do the other one. So for 2 I should have 2. So this is also incorrect. Number 2. Now I'm going to do 3. C3 H2 times 3 minus 2. So it's C3 H4. So that's the one. The answer is 3. So I apply the rule for alkyne formulas. Question number 22. Which formula, given the formula representing a compound, so give me this one. Which formula represents the isomer of that compound? So first, I have to write the molecular formula. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have C4. Now how many H? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. H10. Now I'm going to count every compound, which is going to give me the same number is going to be the answer. So for number 1, C4, H 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. So it's incorrect. Now for number 3, it's C4H 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's incorrect. Now this one is C4H 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So C4H10. So that's the correct. Now I'm going to look for the last one. C 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. H 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's also correct. So I have 2 compounds. But the problem, if you're looking for number 4 and number The original question is the same compound, but he asking about isomer, so it should be a different compound, different orientation. So it's two. So for that question, the answer should be two. Question number 23. Which energy conservation occurs in an operating voltaic cell? So in voltaic cell is like a battery. So in the battery, I create electrical energy. I create electrical energy, and it comes from chemical energy. So the answer is one. So and it's like the battery chemical giving me electrical. So the answer for 23 is one. Question number 24. Which process requires energy to compose a substance? Uh, decompose means break down a substance. Break down a substance. So decompose, if you're looking, the word decompose means break down. Breakdown is electrolysis. Electrolysis. Lysis means breakdown. So the answer is 20 is one. Neutralization is a double replacement sublimation. That's a physical properties. Synthesis. You didn't break down. You built up. You built up. Question number 25. The concentration of which ion increased when lithium hydroxide is dissolved with water. So if you're looking for lithium hydroxide, it's strong alkaline. So it gives you hydroxide ion. If you don't know the name, you can look for the reference sheet, polyatomic. So now OH is hydroxide. So now I know it's hydroxide ion. So the one that is increased hydroxide ion. So for 25 is 1. Question number 26. Which reaction represents neutralization? Neutralization always is going to give me water and salt. So this one doesn't give me water. That one doesn't give me water. That one doesn't give me water. So it's 3. Any chemical reaction neutralization should be between acid and base, giving me water plus salt. Now, question number 27. The stability of an isotope is related to the ratio. So if you know the isotope, they have the same number of protons but different number of neutrons. So that should be the ratio between neutrons to protons. So the answer for 27 is 2. Which particles has the least mass? So now I have alpha particles, beta particles, neutron, and proton. If you remember neutron and proton using for assessment for the atomic mass for the atom means they have high mass. Alpha particle is the nucleus for the helium age. So it has 2 proton and 2 neutron. So it has a greater mass. And if you don't remember, you can go for your reference sheet. So here it's showing you. So if you're looking here, the neutron has mass, the proton has mass, and helium has mass. The only one doesn't have a mass is the beta particle. So if you're looking here, where is the beta particle? Beta particle is the electron beta particle. So it doesn't have mass. The number in the top is the number for the mass, atomic mass. So in that case, I'm picking up beta particles. So 28 is 2. Question number 29. The energy released during nuclear reaction is a result of mass being converted to energy. Mass being converted to energy. Okay. Mass being converted to energy. In a nuclear reaction, it's going to be the same. Mass converted to energy. The use of uranium-238 to determine the age of a geological formation is a beneficial of using of. So I didn't do any reaction, so I'm cross out nuclear reaction and any reaction, fusion and fission. Now, I didn't take something called radioisotope, radioisomer. So the answer is radioactive isotope because of the decay according to certain T halves. So when I measure the amount for uranium 238 in the geological formation is going to tell me exactly the time, okay, or the age. That's the end for the part. Hope you understood. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.